Rogers will come out.
Yeah.
Who's a really who's that
You
one
know
guy?
what? Instead of having this muted, let's put this in the
Yeah, play it.
record.
No, is why aren't they both going? Is there? I just want to make sure
Just
it's actually going.
yeah.
There we go.
Instead of
Test,
having this whole
testing.
conversation muted, let's put it in the recording.
Yeah. What were you saying? Oh, right. We were talking about um, how
We're talking about Invincible, they how they should have it where Mark is fighting Conquest and then Cecil comes and kills
no,
them
we got to
all.
start with the first part though. So basically, in when when Conquest was fighting Invincible, you have Jeffrey D. Morgan and Stephen Wynn and
Young.
Stephen Young, and it's revenge against for Glenn in the show The Walking Dead, of course, and um, now it's just like the they're totally unrelated, but the voice actors are the same, or it's the same actors or whatever, and now you have Negan winning round one, and then you have Jeffrey or Stephen Wynn or
Young.
Yun winning round two. Now we have to have another character come in and kick kick someone else's ass, maybe both of them, and that would probably be Walter Goggins, uh, played by Cecil, right?
Yep.
He would come in and kick both of their asses. There's definitely a universe, and then now we have to have somebody or trying. It's gonna be like the Ultimate Showdown. If you haven't seen that,
We can't sing it to the
it's
copyright.
no, we're not gonna sing it,
Yeah.
but basically it's from what 15 years ago or
It was
whatever.
from like 30, like 25 years ago. I remember seeing that like when I was like 10.
Oh really? Oh. Um,
Newgrounds. Whenever Newgrounds started.
oh, in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah, we're gonna have an Ultimate Showdown, but it can be it's the different actors against each other with their characters. Like as we said, Negan getting a one up on Glenn, and now Invincible getting one up on Conquest, and then all of a sudden, Walter Goggins is playing a character and he defeats Jeffrey Dean Morgan in something.
how about this?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan comes to the Fallout universe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just gonna say.
and then
With Steven
and then
Yeun.
you have Walter Goggins kicking his ass, and then you
And
have
Steven Yeun.
Stephen Yun in the background being like, "Man, these guys," something like that. Um, that would be very interesting. But who was that? He was the guy from 30 Rock. He was like super nice, just like in Ultimate Showdown. You have to have the super nice guy win, just like Mr. Rogers, and Chuck Norris, of course. Chuck Norris has got to be in there. No, he's just a cardboard thing. Chuck Norris is his own like meme and stuff like that. You got to have uh, Connor. What's his name? Oh crap! Hold on.
I've never
I'm
seen
30
3D
Rock.
Rock.
He's also in the.
30 Rock.
I'm watching the middle right now. He's also McGregor. No. Hold on, guys. 30 Rock. IMDb. He's like the super nicest guy in like all his characters, and he does not want to insult anyone. Um, let's see, what is his name? Show me. Not Alec Baldwin. He shot someone. There we go. Jack McBrayer. So if you type that in and show a picture of that, um, I'm sure you've seen memes of him. Like he would come in at the very end and be like, "Hey guys, let's put down our weapons and stop fighting," and then he would be the one to do the final blow. Yes, that is him, Mr. Jack McRae. I don't know if the stream can see it.
I have not set it up yet. Because
Very well. We will wait a couple seconds.
I was
As he
Googling
does
stuff that I didn't want on the stream. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. And this guy needs to come in at the very end and just kick everyone's asses. Nobody will see it coming. He'll come and be like, "Hey guys, we just need to all get along," and people will be like, "Oh, he's just a nobody." And all of a sudden, stab, 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 stab. That's what he does. Boom.
I'm looking to see what.
Oh right, we're still recording. Right, we were going to review more of the Conan shows, and
Also, Dawn to Dawn, The Evil Eye.
oh right, that one too. Let's do Dawn to Dawn first.
First of all, as you would see in the title, today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! What are you like? 47?
Well, if you ask lady at my bar last night, I'd be 19. The one that thought I was 18 last night.
I'm gonna say what I said to you earlier is. How delusional do you have to be to see someone with a full-grown beard and be like, "Oh yeah, you're 18, right?" No, you're stupid. What? Okay, even if you think they're underage, like, what 17-year-old / 18-year-old has a full-grown beard? I'm sure there are some,
yeah.
but super very rare. Anyways, it was stupid. The lady's dumb. Are you old enough? Yes. It's like someone it's like someone walking into a bar and be like, "Hey, I need to ID you," and then they just take off their hat and show that they're bald. Okay, you're good to go. That's pretty much what it is. It's like, bruh, can you not see this person? Full-grown beard.
Yeah,
I can't even grow a full-grown beard.
let's get into Dawn to Dawn.
Like I'm like the Michael Cera of growing beards. You can't do it. It just doesn't work.
2 days ago, we watched Dawn to Dawn, Evil Eye, and there will be spoilers for those that don't want to see the movie and just want to wait for season 2 to come out.
Yep. So for those who don't know, this is the last episode of season 1 and the first 3 episodes in season 2. That's the movie.
Yep.
And I believe it comes out in a month-ish.
Netflix, I
right?
believe the 22nd.
22nd of like July or
Yeah.
something. All right, so you gotta wait like 6 weeks to watch it. Personally, because you're an employee, you get in for
Yep.
free, so you don't really care. But paying actual money to go see something that's gonna come out in 6 weeks, I think it's a waste of money.
July 3rd. So
It's dumb.
comes out July 3rd.
July 3rd. Okay, so that's a month from now, less than a month. And waiting an extra month, it's like, yeah, who cares? It's like you're seeing it early. I think the only caveat of watching the movie is that you get to see the 2 of the directors, and they're talking about like what they like doing on the show and what their strengths and weaknesses are. They mainly talked about colors.
Which does...
Yeah, spoiler alert, they talked about fucking colors.
It does play... Like, what they were talking about does make sense, because...
It's transforming it from the manga to the anime, and how they're like, okay, there's an evil eye, and one of the guys was like, I can't think of what color to make it, and the other guy was like, well, let's just make it purple. It looks good.
Originally, he was gonna make him white.
Yeah, just like in the manga, right?
Yeah. My opinion, purple does look a little more evil than white.
Yeah, and there was in contrast with Turbo Granny's red color. Yeah. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, that all made sense, and looking at it from that point of view, it actually looked good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember watching it. It was really nice to see. I was like, ooh, I got a whole new character. This is his demon or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I like Gigi's like new thing. And then he's just like, no, I'm gonna kill everyone. It's like, oh, Oh, I was wrong. uh, yeah, I failed my wisdom save, so it would have got me too. I was in the fields. Basically, um, this is the Evil Eye arc.
Yep.
And Gigi, the premise is Gigi comes to Granny and says, "Help me! There's a weird demon creature in my house," or his parents tried to commit suicide. Or I'm sorry, this is for YouTube. They tried to unalive themselves, and he saved them. They're in the hospital, but he needs a medium to come help him defeat it. And so they go to this place where his dad was studying the local volcano, and they get to their house. Nobody's there. It looks nice. What's her name? Momo. She goes to
Miss
the local
Ayaza, as Okarun
ISA.
tells her.
Momo ISA. And she goes to the hot tub. She gets attacked by a bunch of creepy dudes.
Gators.
Yeah. No, a gator is a term for old men attacking women
Yeah.
in
And that's what they're doing, so hence
yeah,
gators.
attacking women in specifically in hot tubs.
Yep.
Which is weird. That, by the way, this is these brothers will come back. But meanwhile, Gigi and what's his name? Okarun are playing soccer, and they both realize that they like Momo, and so they're playing soccer with each other, and blah,
We
blah,
get a
blah,
whole scene
stuff
of
happens.
them like arguing. Well, I like her face. I like her mouth.
Well, I like her stinky farts. Take that. It's like, oh, that's a little too far there, Okarun, but okay. Nah, they didn't say that, but it was pretty much getting to that point. But anyways,
my first time watching it, I was expecting one of them to say, "Well, I like her boobs."
I think they both like know about that, but they wouldn't say that because then you can tell on the other person, be like, oh, well, this person said you liked your boobs. He's what a pervert he is, and she'd be like, oh my god, go get away from me. Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Basically, you know, this family is in is the one renting the place to Gigi's parents. And so they come back, and Gigi has to be all nice to them.
First of all, when they're playing soccer, they realize that there's an extra addition to the house that Gigi didn't know was there. Because there's a wall in the house where it is, but there's like an extra section.
There's no door to that area. It's plastered over, and Gigi takes a hammer to it, and he notices a bunch of talismans in there, and they're like, okay, let's cover it with a poster. And anyways, there's this weird family that basically tried to rape Momo. I'm sorry, I meant to say grape Momo, because of the stupid YouTube censorship. They won't let us say certain words because they're stupid. And I mean, I love it so much. They come back, and they question Okarun, be like, hey, are you actually Gigi's friend? And he says what Gigi's favorite soccer team is, because it's on the poster that they put up. And then Momo comes back, and they're like, oh, you came with nobody else, right? And they're like, no, we didn't come with anyone else. And they're like, no, you're lying. There's a girl that came with you. We saw you when you came in. And these guys, this family, they all look like aliens. Yeah. Like at first, it makes you think that they're ghosts or something. They're not
because
ghosts.
of the pallor of the color palette of their skin. Like they look very pale and
that, and they're like their heads are like wider. And their entire bodies are like wide.
They
not like wide, but just like enough where it's in that zone of the uncanny valley.
They also
kind of just off.
Kind of look like the Serpones.
Yes, they're made to look like. I think of course they do that on purpose to kind of fool you into thinking these are ghosts or these are aliens like looking over them. But anyways,
Which the
I,
Serpoans are the aliens that were introduced in the first one, and then had a little bit more in season one or first episode. They're the ones that basically tried to grape Momo for her eggs.
yep. Anyways, let's try to get this through this
Yep.
a little quicker because otherwise we are gonna be here if we go through every single detail. We're gonna be here all night. Anyways, so the girl comes back and then we get a fight with Momo and the granny. This is one of the this is a really good fight. I love this fight. This fight is so like silly and comical that this old woman is stronger than everyone else in her family, and her family is made up of mainly just the dudes that tried to grape Momo.
Ever get a funny new attack called Jennifer Lopez Anaconda?
Yes, it's very deadly. It feasts on tacos and burritos.
And I have to say, that was actually in the manga too.
Oh, good.
She says,
So anyways, now then they reveal like, hey, we are the family that overlooks this entire village, and because there's a volcano nearby, for the last 200 years they have sacrificed people to keep the volcano from erupting. They have to appease the snake god, and so Momo gets kicked into the talisman place, and she is like, I need to. She tries to fight her way out of there, and then shenanigans happen, and then literally everyone falls into this hole, including the creepy family. I don't remember what their name is.
I think it was like Pico or something like that.
Ki-
Pico.
It's like 4 letters, I remember.
Yeah,
Keto.
probably Quito. That sounds right.
If you go down, it might show. No, that's the beginning. Keep going. It might show Oh, that just goes to conclusion. Okay, there's no picture of it. That's okay. Anyways, they all fall in, and they sink down into this place where they encounter the quote unquote god.
Yeah, Quito family.
Hito. Okay. They encounter this snake-like god, and it just so happens that Okarun was reading about these snake-like creatures, or like a demon. I forget what they were called. It was like a worm snake or something.
Mongolian death worm.
Mongolian deathworm. That's what it was. And so it's then we get the greatest scene ever. Like they're so like evil and wrong that you want that stupid snake to take revenge of them. And I'm thinking in my mind like, hey, if you guys like sacrificing people and worshiping the snake yourself, why don't you sacrifice yourselves? And they're all like doing a dance, trying to appease the snake, and they literally all get eaten in one swoop. It was so satisfying. I was like, yeah, take that, you stupid sickos. And then we have right after that, which was satisfying, the the Mongolian death worm emitted some kind of noise that was that made people want to kill themselves, or sorry, unalive themselves.
By the way,
everybody was trying to like take pieces of glass and stab themselves, basically.
the mom is not human. She's like a
Spoiler.
or no. It says it it shows it because when it shows the flashbacks from 200 years ago, she's still there.
Oh, I thought that was just her ancestor.
No, it literally says it was her.
Oh, it was?
In the movie, yeah.
Oh. I was just assuming in my mind. I was like, oh, that must be your ancestor, because they sometimes they'll do that. They'll be like, oh, this is my ancestor. It looks exactly like the person. But I digress. Let's move on. So they get attacked by this death worm, and then this like weird shadow creature protects Gigi, and he has the death eye, and they are both emitting the "I want to unalive myself" sound, but because they're both going, they cancel each other out. So now the group is safe, at least for now. And luckily, the Turbo Granny who's in the cat is their guide. She knows like the history of other demons and not to look at into the thing's face that's staring them directly into their optic stems and souls. They say, don't look at the evil eye, it's going to get you. And of course, it looks at Gigi, and he gets this person's background. And if it was a kid, it was the first kid to be sacrificed
To the worm.
by this woman to the Mongolian
Yep.
death worm to stop the volcanoes from erupting. I think it was first during. I think they did this during the eruption. So they kept him in a. It was very sad. They kept him in a holding cell where he could see outside and he saw other children playing and he was just like, I want to play with them. And he was starved to death and he was just like put on a stick. He was so weak and he could barely move. And he was just burned to death by the lava that came. And through his sacrifice, that's what stopped the eruptions from happening from the volcano. And it's so sad. Then he basically becomes a ghost, and he wants to interact with other people. Kids can see him, and as soon as a kid sees him, with a couple parents,
The parents die.
the parents die from unaliving themselves, drowning themselves, hanging themselves. They jump off of something. You know, it's every time he experiences this, he gets sadder and sadder and sadder, and eventually begins to hate humans, and that's his motivation to. He wants to take over Gigi's body, and spoiler, like fast forward, he is able to do that.
And that's what the evil eye looks like.
That is the Mr. Evil Eye. Do not look in his eyes. And it was funny, like this whole time, Granny was like down below. Gigi wanted to find like this kid's actual human body. By the way, like we forgot to mention that in the Talisman area, that hole, like it's like every year they built the Keto family builds a new house, sacrifices a family, and then it sinks into the ground. So there's house stacked upon house upon it, stacks and stacks and stacks of different houses. So at the very bottom is the spot where the kid first dies. So that's where his body is. I guess they just threw his body into this place after he died. And from there, the evil eye is able to take over Gigi's body. And he was chosen because he was very athletic and he had a strong will. And he tricks Gigi into thinking that, like, hey, I just want to hang out with people. And Gigi's like, yeah, I'll hang out with you, whatever. And then the whole time Turbo Granny's like, no, don't believe anything he says. And then as soon as he says, yes, I will be your friend, his body is taken over. He's lost all control. And immediately this demon, this evil eye, wants to just kill humans. That's it. That's its only motivation, because all it knows is cruelty from humans. And he believes all humans are cruel, and so all humans should die. And, you know, there's a fight with the Mongolian snake. They fight it for a little bit. It goes away. And then it starts spewing poison in the area to try to weaken people so it doesn't attack for a long time.
This is what possessed Gigi looks like.
Yep. And, god damn, that's so, like, creepy. Anyways, so then we get a fight with Gigi and Okaroon. They're both in their, like, demon forms. And Okaroon is basically getting his ass kicked, and he even gets trapped in this like ghost. But he keeps kicking around a soccer ball thing full of ghosts or whatever. It's like a spirit ball or something.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, I'll talk about the fight. He traps Okaroon in this like house thing, in this spirit ball, and he's trying to get out. He cannot get out, and
it's called Cursed House.
Oh, Cursed House. There we go. But what's the ball called?
Grudge Ball.
Grudge Ball. Okay, there we go. So Grudge Ball.
Can have the grudges compress into a small ball and have it launch with a strong kick.
Rudge ball. Anyway, so they're stuck in the cursed house or whatever, and Gigi comes in, or the possessed Gigi comes in. He's like, yeah, I just kicked your girlfriend's ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. There's no way you can get out of here. You're gonna be my first kill. Congratulations. It's an honor that you're the first. And he's like, well, you made 3 mistakes. You attacked Momo. What was the second one? You attacked Momo. You insulted, like, you put my friends in danger, and you pissed me off. And because of that, he transforms again, and he goes full throttle, and he like punches Gigi so hard he comes to 20 each time. He's doing like 20 punches at a time, and he's able to knock Gigi out. And they then we get the what was it, the pushing of the multi-rocket stage thing where he pushes
that's before the fight.
Oh, that was before the fight? Well, whatever. He pushes Momo up to get out of the hole so she can get help. And so she sets fire to the house, of course. And so now they're putting water on the house, and like after the fight, of course. She remembers, like, oh yeah, with my friend Gigi from when we were kids, that the reason that earthworms come up, I didn't know this, by the way, this is really interesting. The reason worms come up when it rains is because when soil is wet, they can't breathe in the soil, so they have to come up to the surface for air, which is where birds like robins come in and they just eat the worms and stuff like that. And fishermen like this because now they have access to these worms and they can use them. And
also the sun weakens them as well.
Yeah, so when it gets super dry, if they're like on a sidewalk or they're just out, they can shrivel up. So basically,
that's called a worm unaliving.
Yes, a worm unaliving itself. And so what is happening was, and what we know from Turbo Granny is this worm is weak to the sun, and how do you get the worm to come up? Well, you have the firefighters putting out the fire, and she's like, direct the water into the ground, please, to get the worm to come up. And the worm actually comes up, the sun hits it, and they were able to defeat this worm. And then the worm vomits out this orange stuff, which is sticky, which is a whole other side thing that we didn't get to. But it's more fun to watch that than
it's like venom. It's like a sticky venom.
But anyways, then the entire Keto family gets coughed up, and then she's like, oh, I guess you guys are alive. Well, okay, cool, awesome. And then ironically,
the volcano explodes.
Exactly, the volcano erupts, and what the Keto family has done for 200 years, which is sacrificing people to make sure the volcano doesn't erupt. As soon as the worm dies, the volcanoes are erupting, and then the Keto family is like, look what you've done! Oh, we had to sacrifice these people. Oh, it was meant to be. Oh, now
just don't build your village by an active volcano.
Yeah, and they were saying that for 200 years that the volcano was not active. It erupted 200 years ago. So
move the village.
Yeah, right. Well, you know why people settled near volcanoes, right?
No.
It's due to the soil content. You have very good soils. You can grow crops, very abundant crops, I might add, from volcanic eruptions, which is why, like Mount Vesuvius in like ancient
Pompeii.
Rome. Yeah, Pompeii. There it is. And I learned that from playing Civilization. It's like, oh look, very fertile land with these volcanoes, because a bunch of nutrients come out from the ground and settles in the soil, and it makes it very nice. A lot of nitrous oxide or whatever plants crave.
And after the volcano, that's where the movie ends. It's not necessarily the end of the Evil Eye arc. There'll be probably one more episode,
Yep.
just
They
kind
gotta-
of tying it all up.
Yeah, so it's a teaser to be like, oh, watch the season 2 when it comes out, and you'll see what the ending to the arc. So we'll see what happens.
On July 3rd.
Will Gigi, break free of his demon? Will the village be saved from the eruption? What will happen to the Quito family? What will happen in school the next day when they realize all 3 of our heroes are now dead from being in a volcanic eruption? What will Granny think if they die? Will she even care? I don't know. She might mourn for a day, but life goes on.
Will Gigi ever lose his underpants?
Again, you mean? Oh, yeah. No, Okarun lost his underpants.
Yeah, but
Well, Gigi loses underpants.
the one thing he's wearing in the Evil Eye state is his underpants.
Yeah.
I just found that funny.
Anyways, that's it for that. So if you liked it, leave a like if you want. Otherwise, something bad might happen, like a bee will tap you on the neck.
Or we will send the Evil Eye after you and make you unalive yourselves.
Yeah, that would be horrible. So you better like it.
And we will review the rest of season 2 when it comes out, July 3rd.
Not on July 3rd.
No,
It'll take
but-
some time.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I was just saying.
It comes
when
out on
comes
July
yeah.
3rd. Yes. It'll take us like a month to watch it all.
It'll probably take me like a week.
Yep.
Because it's only 12 episodes, it's not that long.
Oh, it's 12 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume it's going to be 12. Netflix usually doesn't do that much longer seasons on their own creations.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That was it for that. On to the next one.
Detective Conan.
Where he's gonna solve the
Let's see.
mystery of the map.
Uh,
The map is delicious. It's gonna what the hell?
the first
Go away.
The first episode, because I've had this up for quite some time, so ads popped up probably for everyone. First episode we cover is episode 34, Detective Boy's Survival Case.
Basically, this one is very simple. The Detective Boys Agency, or whatever they call it, they get a mission from the doctor. What's his name?
Agatha.
Agasa?
Yep.
Dr. Agasa. And it's a treasure map, and they're tasked with finding the treasure.
Continue, I'm just going to see if there's any cough traps. You can continue.
I know. Anyways, so they find this treasure map, and they're like, oh, we're gonna look for treasure. And so basically this old man drops like 4 children off in the wilderness without any supervision, because we all know that's safe. Luckily, Conan's there, and he's really smart. He knows how to read the map. Then we see like 2 other guys that are also have the same map for whatever reason, and it's really weird. But they are all looking for this treasure, and long story short, they solve all the clues, and they find a bunch of treasure down in this secret compartment area. And at the end of the episode, these 2 men that are, straggling behind because they don't know how to solve the clues, they're like, hey, I'm going to shoot you if you don't give me that jewelry. And of course, Conan kicks him in the face.
With the jewelry.
Yep, with the jewelry, with his turbo shoes. And then they find the actual treasure chest, and it's a treasure marked 1978, and it was Conan's dad who did the exact
Jimmy's
same.
dad.
What?
Jimmy's
Who
dad.
the hell's Jimmy?
Adult Conan.
What?
It's teenage Conan. Because Jimmy is. Or Shinichi. Not Jimmy.
Isn't
Yes.
Shinichi?
You want cake?
Eventually, yeah. But not right now.
Okay, you guys help yourself then. We're going to bed.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the
Happy
dinner, by
birthday.
the way. Forgot
Thank
to
you.
ask.
What?
Nate, thank you for the dinner.
Oh, you're welcome.
I need your water. I'm talking to Storm. I'm not used to talking this much.
All right. Kenzie says, ouch.
One.
Are you still on?
Yep.
Oh, can they see me?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Okay, Kenzie says, happy birthday. She, really? Happy birthday. She loves you.
Thank you. I think.
You think? Why?
I don't know.
All right, you're good?
Yep.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay. Take good care of the birthday boy. Have a piece of cake.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I need that. Okay. Hello, Mr. Editor.
No, I
Welcome to
muted it and translated.
Feel free to unmute it.
Okay, we are back.
Okay, awesome, cool. I just need to get some water. Oh right, they find the treasure chest, and it's signed someone from 1968, and it's Conan's dad, right?
In extension, Shinichi's dad. That's what it's.
Who is Shinichi?
It's the main. It's who Conan was before he became a kid.
I thought he changed his name to Conan?
Kudo, yep.
Oh.
Shinichi Kudo is his real name.
Oh, okay. Shinichi, okay.
And Jimmy is his English translation name, which I grew up with,
Oh.
so that's why I accidentally said Jimmy.
Got it. Shinichi's dad, okay. Alright. Shinichi / Conan's dad, pretty
Yep.
much. Who did the same exact, quest. And then they did the horrible thing of like, oh, the treasures, the friends you made along the way, and all the memories you shared getting here. That's the worst kind of treasure. That's so stupid. I love how parents think like, they're like, oh, this is the best kind of treasure because we don't do anything. Sure. No, it's bad treasure. When you promise treasure, it can't be that kind of treasure. You can buy your friends. Alright, we're done with that one.
Now on to the next one, which is a two-parter. Mountain Villa bandaged man murder case.
Oh, yeah.
Which this one is one of the ones I remember very well from when I originally watched it. Mainly because of the one specific scene, which I'll mention it when we get to it.
Yeah, but it shouldn't take too long. Basically, this one is Ron and Conan are invited to this.
Sonoko's sister and her friends are having like a get together.
Yeah, they're all in the Making Movies Club or something. And they all have their own expertise in something. One person has writes. One person directs. Another person acts, and then another person does the stage stuff, kind of thing. But they get there and they're crossing a bridge, and they see this guy bandaged, and you can't see his face, and he's just running around, and he looks really creepy. So Ron gets there, and she opens just random doors and doesn't knock because she's a horrible, horrible person. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought this was something." No, you knock, stupid. Anyways,
Or just says.
and it's all guys that are changing. They're all literally naked and changing, and it's so dumb. I would have been pissed. I'd be like, fucking knock, lady. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Or just ask which room is available.
Yeah, you can, but still knock. There's like a billion rooms. Anyways, it's important. It's vital to the case, anyways. So they had her be stupid on purpose. But anyways, some time goes by, and then they all reminiscing about a girl who was in their group who unalived herself. And there it is, right there. Her them seeing her unalive herself in real time.
Atsuko Tokumoto.
Suicide. So she was in the group, and she committed suicide 2 years ago. And one of the people who was in the group, she wore purple. I can't remember her name, but she was saying, oh, she had her work.
Chicago.
Her script was bought or whatever, and a movie was made from her script, and she's already started her career and stuff like that. And then some time goes by, and they see the bandaged man take her away into the woods, and she is chopped up. This is the part you want to talk about, right?
They're in the dining room, and this guy, the fat guy in glasses, he says that he sees the bandaged man outside, and you just see the bandaged man with Chikako just fly right past. And that scene is what has stuck in my head since I originally watched it. Whenever I think of Detective Conan, that usually pops up. So I watched. When did this originally come out?
96.
Episode 96. I probably watched it around 96-ish. Whatever originally aired in the U.S.
What channel did it air on?
It was, I believe, Toonami.
Oh. I didn't have cable growing up, so whatever. Anyways, yeah, so that happened, and so that's now the mystery is, okay, who's this bandaged man, and how did he kill her? So now Conan has to go through and solve the case, and there's clues here and there, and he sees in the middle of the night. It's a two-parter, so like in the middle of the night, Ron sleeps with Conan. Conan's like, "Oh my God, you're sleeping with me," and he's about to kiss her, and and she gets attacked, and in the middle of the night by this bandage dude, and she survives. She also gets attacked in the woods too. There's a part where they go for a walk, and she gets attacked in the woods as well, and it's like really weird, and I think is it 3 times she gets attacked? Right? At least 2.
3.
3? Okay. And this is where Conan's putting his case together. He realizes that someone in the house is the killer, and by the way, just so that people know, this bandaged mask dude is very trim. He's very fit, and the guy that gets accused of murder is a bigger guy. He likes to eat.
This guy.
And this guy, yep. And that is vital to the story, because as this is going on, you're trying to figure out, okay, who did it. It couldn't have been the fat guy. It had to have been one of the two fit guys. And we find out that the fat guy was a stage designer, and he used piano wire to hoist a statue of him and the girl who had her head chopped off or whatever, Chikako, to fly across the dining room window to make it look like that she was being carried away, and literally everyone was in the dining hall except for the fat guy. He was on the second floor, and he comes in and quote unquote sees this happen, but because he's his background is being a background stage designer person, he knows how to swing something to make it look like it's an actual person. And so we find out that he's actually wearing a fat suit, and he was able to hide the costume in his stomach, basically. And he took this woman out to the woods. First of all, he is getting revenge on the girl who unalived herself. The reason she unalived herself is because her work was stolen by the Chikako. And I know I'm butchering the name. I didn't think it's funny.
And I just know that as standard you, because you always butcher names.
Yep.
Ash.
No,
you kept going Ace, Ash.
Oh, right. Yeah, Ace, no Ash. No, it's Ace. No,
I even called you out during that video.
Yeah, I tried to not do that. That was hard
and then later you mentioned like something about I'm really good at names, and I was like, okay, Ash.
Yep. Exactly. No, but he was a killer. He killed her, getting revenge. She stole the unalived girl's script, and she couldn't trust anyone, so she unalived herself because of that. And he got revenge on her by killing her, and he got found out. So that was that mystery. Mystery solved. Open and shut case.
Excuse me. Now on to the 4th episode. We did 5 this week.
Mm-hmm. Well, the last one was a 2-parter, so yeah, 4th. Yeah, that's right.
Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Murder case.
Oh, right, this one had to do with a dentist, and Conan's friend, what's her name?
Ayumi.
She had to get one of her teeth pulled, so she went to the dentist, and and during this time, this real estate guy got murdered at 7:30, and the case was weird because the woman. This is really hard to explain because there's a lot of like misconceptions. What are they called? Like, not distractions? No.
Red herrings.
Red herrings, yeah. Red herrings, a lot of switcheroos and stuff like that. So basically, we'll make this a long story short. This dentist killed the guy, and her alibi was pulling the girl's teeth, and she gave the girl sleeping medication, so she was asleep, and she was trying to watch this one particular show, Masked something.
Kamen Yaba.
Yeah, it's a it's a cartoon for kids, basically. It's
Basically, their version of the Power Rangers.
yeah, Power Rangers. And what she did was, for her courage, there was a deck of cards in the dentist's office, and she took one of the Yaba Baba cards,
Kamanyama.
Kamanyama, and put it in her pocket for courage. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I'll keep butchering the name. Is it accidental or on purpose? I don't know. You'll never know. Anyway, she puts it in her pocket for courage, and that was like a huge clue, as because this woman who actually lives next door to this guy that was killed, she made it look like her place of residence was the dentist's office, and so basically what happened is she drugged the girl after she got her tooth pulled, made her fall asleep, drove to her house, woke her up to watch TV to say, look, this is the time, you're watching TV right now, and around 7:30 stabbed the dude, turned up his television, and then she complained and had to make it look like went with the landlord to, see him, so she was there to witness, oh my god, this guy is dead, to make sure no heat was on her. And then later she drugged the girl again.
Jake? Sorry.
Yep.
Just cough medicine tomorrow before work. You can't take Claritin because it's 24 hours.
I know.
Okay?
Yep.
Sorry, right? Night?
Told Dad to wake me up at 7.
6:30.
7, yeah.
At 7, that's what it says. Yeah, why so
6:20.
early?
Because I might ride the bike or I might just.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Love you. Happy birthday.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming with us, Mike. Bye, guys.
You're welcome.
There.
Are we good? Okay.
Yep.
Where were we? I don't remember where we're at.
We're on the.
We're almost done. Oh right, she drugged the girl again, drove back to the office, and that was her alibi. Be like, oh yeah, I brought her home and I arrived at 8:05, and they found out that she drove back to do the murder and then drive back, and they found that out. And then the final piece of the puzzle was, what's the evidence that I did this? And Conan goes to this woman's house and confronts her and says, and basically puts all the evidence down. And he's like, oh, and she's like, well, how do you know it was me? And he's like, well, let's see. Like, well, after she was done, she put the card with her appointment. She put the card back in the deck, returning it. And if I look through this deck and there's 2 aces of hearts in it, that means that that you brought her here and you committed the murder. And he found 2 ace of hearts in her deck. But her motivation was that this guy killed her brother.
Yep.
Hit and
Kidnapped
run?
and killed her older brother.
Oh, it was a kidnapping. Oh, okay. Did it say why he did it, or maybe not?
Not why, just why he was acquitted. Because
Yeah.
not enough evidence.
Yeah, they didn't see the testimony of a 7-year-old girl as valid, so they threw out the case basically, and now she gets her revenge 20 years later. And it was a solid plan, except for Conan was there. But if he wasn't there, it wouldn't have never been solved. And was that the first time he actually solves the case without drugging someone?
Yeah.
One of the few times at
Yeah.
least, because he just straight up goes up to the woman yeah, I caught you. Yeah, I know what you did, and here's how you did it. And the weird thing is that he's in a 6-year-old body, and then he goes up to this woman's house, and he's like, yeah, no one knows I'm here. No one knows I'm talking to you like this. No one else but me knows, has this evidence against you. and you think like she would attack the boy, but she didn't. She's just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you got me. That was it. But I was actually afraid that she was gonna attack. I was like, dude, are you like retarded? Like, you gotta have backup, dude. Like, I know you have your like special like shoes. I know you have your special shoes to kick things, but this woman is like 4 times the size of you. Like, you have no chance against her. Like, seriously, she could have pulled out a gun. You don't know. Um, I know I know he's faced people with guns before, but this was just like he was trapped in her house. Like, she could have said, "Oh, I thought someone was robbing me, and I had to protect myself." Um, so it could have been that thing. Like, I heard a strange noise, and I went to investigate, and thought it was a burglar, and I acted quickly, kind of thing. But he just like the balls on this guy. Like, to do that, you just don't. You just don't like. This is why you're not supposed to do that. Like, because you would die. Like, bruh, have. Like, I thought he was gonna say like he's like, I thought he was like bluffing. Like, he actually does have backup, and the cops are waiting outside or something like that. That's what I was thinking. But because he's smart enough to know that, right? He's smart enough to know to have backup.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm griping too much. We can finish this one and go on the next one.
Just because you brought it up, there's one thing we forgot to mention. In the last episode, it was the introduction of Sleeping Sonoko. When
Right.
Conan doesn't have Kogan
He missed.
Yeah.
He missed.
Yeah, but he also didn't have his usual.
Yeah, but he was targeting Ron.
Yep.
And he missed. And it's kind of funny how Sonoko, like, quote unquote, solved the case. Like, you're not smart enough to, like, go into that much depth. I can see, like, Ron doing it because she could get away with it. Because he's like, oh, yeah, my dad's a detective. That's why I can do this. But not her. Like, it was crazy.
And that case from the earlier one was also the introduction to Sonoko in the manga. Like, you don't see her before that. And reason why I accidentally called her Serena is because that's her English name. It's close enough to Sonoko.
Alright, next one.
Last one for the week.
What was it? What was it again? I can't remember.
Cactus Flower Murder Case.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this one's pretty simple. So, there's this woman who wants to find someone. She asked Ron's dad to find him, and Conan's like suspicious of her right away. And he goes to her house, and he's like, "Oh, who's this?" Just like a picture of. She's like, "Oh, this was used to be my boyfriend, but he broke up with me." And how she was describing like, "Oh, this guy, yeah, I'm in love with him, and hopefully we can get together, and I just want to see him." And then he runs into this woman's friend, who's also a doctor, right? He was a doctor, right?
Yep.
Or I don't know if he was a psychologist or a medical doctor. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. No, because he was doing the rehab. That's right. He was a
Doctor.
doctor. And turns out that this woman was in a car crash like 6 months ago, and her fiance died. And it was basically a road rage incident. This red sports car drove in front of them, and forced them to brake at high speeds, and he lost control, and they crashed. And she was pulled from the wreckage right before it exploded, so he basically burned alive. And she wants revenge on this guy and his girlfriend, and so she finds them, and she wants to basically burn them to death. Sweet justice for what happened to her fiance. And this doctor, Conan, and this doctor realize, oh crap, she's gonna try to kill them because you know she wants revenge, and he had something about the thing about the cactus stuff is that he used to grow cactus plants, and that was Conan brought up some cactus plants to try to stop her from murdering them and calm her down before she murdered them and went to jail or whatever. But they got to her in time, and then the other people were saved. So it was a revenge plot that was spoiled, basically. The cactus plant part was just like really weird. But I like the story of the two douchebags that are running people off the road. And I can see why she would want revenge on them, and how she went about it was very clandestine and clever. I like that. She told the police she didn't know the make of the vehicle. She didn't know what the person looked like, but in reality, she knew the license plate and what the person looked like in the sketch. And the reason why she couldn't find them was because they moved, so that's why she had to get a private detective to try to find them. So, yeah, that was her sweet revenge. Cool. Nice and easy. Oh, and this one did not require. This one was kind of just out in the open. Because there was no murder, he didn't have to do the sleepy time.
One of the very few times.
Yeah. Suck it, you slept.
That was our stream for the night. Well,
Suck it. Suck it.
next scheduled one will probably be Friday.
Suck it. I don't know why.
And this Saturday we're gonna be doing
It's Saturday.
Anime D&D. We did it last week because I had to work, and I want to do an extra long session.
Can you feel the thrill of it? It's Saturday, the whole day long.
Because it's going to be boss fight and then introduction to the big baddie. But before you stop listening, hit that like button, or we'll send the evil eye after you.
Sure. I'll make sure the next time you have mashed potatoes and gravy that the gravy tastes bad if you don't hit that like button.
Or we'll make sure instead of gravy, we give you ranch. So
Yeah,
mashed potatoes and
There
ranch.
is bad gravy out there. I've had it before. The things that come out your butt, not fun.